before we get started here with the episode, LeBlanc, I got something that I want to play that currently, or actually happened this past week that I think you will like. So let's take a listen here.
Okay.
Dale, Yankee lose.
I can't show the video. Yankee lose. Oh my God, that was awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to play that to start off. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Northern Block Podcast. It is Monday, October 13th, 2025. I am your host here, Northern Ice 7, joined by the host, LeBlanc James. LeBlanc, how we doing?
We're doing good. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our
Happy
Canadian
Thanksgiving.
listeners.
Yeah, that's right. This is coming out on Canadian Thanksgiving. We are recording on Saturday night, but usually our episodes drop every Monday, so, there's that. But happy Canadian Thanksgiving to everybody who celebrates, and for Americans, happy Monday. Yeah, happy Monday. All right, we got a lot to talk about here. So there were three massive signings that happened since the last time we recorded. They actually happened towards the beginning of the week, right after we uploaded our episode, of course. So stuff like that is it's pretty much almost outdated at this point, but it still is going to warrant a discussion here. Connor McDavid will start there. Signed his deal. It is going to be a 2-year, $12.5 million contract that begins in 2026-27. First off, I have been saying my opinion a lot. We made the Nordcast episode this week. I made so many TikToks about it. But LeBlanc, I want to know your opinion. What do you think about this big signing?
So I find it funny because we discussed McDavid not re-signing for the past two episodes.
We did.
We went into depth detail too, and then he signs. I understand the AAV. You look at a guy like McDavid, he doesn't care about the money. I think he cares more about winning and putting the team in a better position, putting players around him that are going to succeed and helping the team. But I also think it gives Edmonton a very short window with McDavid. I feel like I think he's going to stay after this one, but if they don't improve the goaltending, if they don't improve they need to improve. I think McDavid might just say sayonara. You look at this core of the Edmonton Oilers. This is an old core, very old core. I want to see if they can get younger with this deal. I want to see if they can bring in guys that are going to improve not only the bottom six scoring, but the defense as well. But I think you got Stuart Skinner up next year. This offseason is going to be the offseason. You need to go all in with McDavid, or it's a bust, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I think this is perfect for both sides. So it's good for Edmonton because they can have, they're still going to have capital implications because it's the Oilers and that's the way they are. But they're not getting a raise on McDavid's salary at all. 12.5, it's staying the same as it was in his big contract that he signed after his rookie year. And I think that that's very good for Edmonton because, again, as I said, they're going to still have cap issues. There is no doubt about that. No doubt about that whatsoever. But you are going to be able to at least not have a little more of a burden. It's going to be the same amount of burden with the cap issues that they have, and they don't have to maybe move things around for when McDavid, kicks into that deal next year. Let's say, hypothetically, if he got paid even $13 million, they would have to move somebody out the door probably. So, again, it does create more flexibility for them and the Edmonton Oilers. It's good for the player, too, because by the time this contract is over, McDavid will be 31, I believe. So he's still got plenty left in the tank at 31 years old. And I think that being at that age, he's going to, he can pretty much choose his own destiny. He can either stay in Edmonton. He definitely won't take a pay cut. He will get paid his money. That's for sure. Or he could be like, this team, I won't win with them, and he'll go and move on somewhere else. So it works out for both sides.
I feel like McDavid has set himself up to get paid, to have his last contract be his big payday contract. Because you look at this, like you said, he's 31 years old. And remember, the 8-year deal is going away.
It is.
Yeah, so only the 7-year deal will be in effect. So I take into him being 38 years old, I feel like that sets him up for a last contract where I think he goes and he either gets another cup or he gets his first cup. I really do hope this works out for the Oilers in Edmonton. It seems like a lot of pressure is now being put on Stan Bowman to, this is the time.
Yes, it is. And I feel like for the Oilers, they have all the pressure in the world now. This puts them in, and what we said on the Nordcast, there was a clip that was uploaded. It was one of the best discussions I've had with Carter in a very long time. We said in that video, we were like, the Oilers have a 3-year window now, essentially, to win a Stanley Cup, to really have a crack at this thing. Because the last 2 years, they were great and all. But again, those 2 years were failures by all accounts. I don't care that they made it to the Stanley Cup final. I don't care if the runs were great and they were fun. You lost both times. That's a failure at this point for the Oilers standards. Maybe in 24, you could be accepting to it, but it's a failure. And there is really no other way to put that out there. Now they have 3 more years with McDavid under his current salary to really go out here and win a Stanley Cup. Now, there's a lot of other players who the Oilers also signed to, like they signed Jake Wallman, Matthias Ekholm. They also signed Chris Knobloch to an extension as well. So they have essentially locked up their entire team here to get ready for a Stanley Cup run for the next 3 years. And if they don't win one, like I said it with Carter, I'm going to be blunt with you. I really don't know if I can see a world where he comes back. Seriously.
They got to win one. You got to think as well. By the time it's up, it's what? He signed it was a 3-year extension or a 2-year extension?
2-year extension.
So you have 3 shots at this.
Yep.
And I want to remind you, when Ken Holland was in charge of this team, he wasn't aggressive at all with anything.
No, one of the biggest moves that he made was the Matthias Ekholm deal. That was like, and apart from that, like, what did he really do? Like, Skinner came through development. He didn't go out and trade for him. A lot of the guys they got, I think they signed most of them, but some of them came through the ranks as well. Like, he was not really competitive in terms of like the trade market. So I agree with that.
Yeah, but he like when you have the best player in the world, and I feel like we can look at a guy like Ray Shero. When Ray Shero was with the Penguins.
Yeah,
Ray Shero was aggressive as hell. He did everything in his power to get a cup to Crosby. He accomplished his goal and was even more aggressive after the fact that they got that cup until he was relieved of his duties.
Yeah, right. So
this is something that you got to play out of the Shero book and just go for it. It's like, I'll be honest, if I have McDavid and I have a chance to win the cup, quote, fuck them picks.
Yeah, fuck them picks.
Fuck them prospects.
But as well as that, too, you also got to factor this in as well, because if McDavid does end up going through that contract, the Oilers are going to be way older than what they are right now. Like, again, they have an aging roster already as it is. Like, Ekholm's 35. I know there's a few other players on that roster who are above 30 years old. That team's getting old in age. And I feel like, again, you want to trade away all those picks, and that's fine, but you also need to make this roster younger in some way, especially if you want to keep Connor McDavid around. That's why we saw the moves in the likes of Isaac Howard, the Matthew Savoy trade. They've been making moves to get younger, but will that be enough is the biggest question.
I mean, like, you look at, Pod Colton as well, getting a guy like that in there. It's just like this core is old. And
yeah,
this core is old. And like even Draisaitl's getting up there in age too. I know he's like only a year above McDavid, but that's still like by the time that contract's up, Draisaitl's going to be 32, I believe.
Yeah, and Draisaitl's $14 million dollar contract just kicked in this year. We're in the first year of that, so there's that as well.
But just like we said, I think we're repeating ourselves all the time. But bottom line, buckle up, ready to go. The time is now.
The time was 2 years ago.
Fuck them prospects. Listen, you say, oh, what about the future? Listen, if you win the cup, no one's going to care about the future. Let's be real.
Yeah, nobody's going to care about what happens 3 years from then. Now, then again, and like if you go in there and you lose painfully, like the fans care. Like I don't want to say the fans wouldn't care, but you still won that cup.
But if you win, but here's the thing: it's a high risk, high reward. Because if you win, you're a hero. You're a hero. You're beloved. You get the admiration. If you get there again and fail again, you will be demonized.
Yeah.
And like, why do I not have a future? Because you did this. You did this. Like that's what it's gonna come down to.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally agree. So if you don't have anything else, I do have a quote from the Gary Bettman.
All
Would
right,
you
Ben,
like to
let's
hear
hear
this
it.
quote?
Let's hear
Would
it.
you like to hear this quote?
Come on,
Okay,
Ben,
so
let's
Gary
hear it.
Bettman did a presser, I believe it was on Wednesday, I'm pretty sure, or Tuesday, one of the 2 days. I think he was in Toronto doing pressers before their home opener or whatever. He got to meet with some not players, reporters and stuff. And he was obviously asked about the McDavid extension. And he said this: "It's a lot of money by any standard," is what he started off with. And then he said, "I think it's a testament to Connor's passion for the game and his commitment to Edmonton. And if I were an Oilers fan, I'd be excited. If I were his teammate, I'd be thrilled to know that the team's going to have some more flexibility in terms of creating a team that has been even more successful if it's possible."
So,
And that's the quote. What
so,
do you think
so,
about that?
so why is Bet just making statements on player contracts now?
So here's the
Like,
weird thing.
I feel like this
Bettman
was an
gets
interview.
paid. Bettman gets paid more than McDavid.
Yes,
Did you
I'm
know
aware.
that? He
I'm
gets paid
aware.
more than
He's
McDavid.
a very wealthy man.
Like way more than McDavid.
Yes.
Him saying that it's a lot of money by any standard, brother, you literally make more money than him.
Yeah.
Come on. And you know why he's saying that? Because it'll keep revenue flows down if he's paid less, and it'll keep, the NHL moving out more
It
money and
makes it
stuff
more
like that.
profitable. Yeah. At
Yeah,
the
it
end of
does.
the day, Gary Bettman's a businessman.
Yeah. I just think it's weird
I know
for him to
it's
say
kind of a
that.
weird quote too, but yeah.
It's a lot of money. How do you feel about the Jack Eichel extension or Kirill Kaprizov or
I
Draisaitl?
think we've made
Because
our thoughts clear on the Kaprizov extension pretty well.
yeah,
Damn.
so I
Like,
know. Yeah, like I don't understand. But
the Eichel extension. Can you just repeat those numbers again to me? Is he the same as McDavid, or does he get 13 and a half?
yeah, we'll move on to Eichel here. So Jack Eichel re-signed with the Vegas Golden Knights for an 8-year, $13.5 million extension. Now, I actually didn't think this was going to get done before their opening game. I believe it was done. It was done on Wednesday. They didn't. Did they play on Wednesday? I can't remember. Yeah, they did. They played LA.
Did.
So this was done pretty much before their opening night. And honestly, I think that it's a good deal. I mean, like I don't really think it's that terrible. Like it's not incredible. Like it's not a steal by any regards, but it's not a bad deal either. I think it's just overall a well around good deal.
I like it. I like the term. I like the money. I think that's a fair money for Jack Eichel, who, by the way, is the MVP pick.
He is the MVP pick.
For LeBlanc. I like the deal. I like it. He likes it in Vegas. They like him. I feel like this is a slam dunk.
Yeah, I totally agree. So great pick there great signing by the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm sorry. As well as that too, Kyle Connor is re-signed with the Winnipeg Jets, 8 years, $12 million. That deal begins in 26-27. So this deal for me, I think it's kind of like the Eichel one. Like it's not too much money, but it's not too little money where it's a steal. Like I feel like I look at this and I say, I don't really think Connor was at right to ask for much more than this. So I feel like this is overall, it's good for both teams. It's good for Winnipeg to get this done too, because again, the players not wanting to be a Winnipeg narrative, that's definitely a thing. It still is a thing. Like this doesn't change that, but
And
it certainly does help the case.
from an outsider perspective, I'm going to be honest. I'm really surprised that they got this done before opening night.
Me too. I didn't think this was going to get done either.
I really thought this was going to drag into the season.
And I think what really kind of, enacted this was McDavid signing. And then all of these guys started following behind them. I'm not saying that McDavid influenced Eichel to do this and that, but I think that McDavid started the chain and then everybody else started getting.
But that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because usually the big fish will sign. The big fish will sign for the big money. Then all the other guys follow suit.
Yep.
And this year, the big guys sign immediately. So
yeah, exactly.
all the dominoes. It's good for teams. All the dominoes now fall into place for the teams.
Yep. So I think overall, it's a good
And
extension as well by
and you
Winnipeg.
mentioned this is a big win for small markets, by the way. You know,
Yeah,
finally
definitely.
finally a player that wants to stay. Like you said, Winnipeg's known for 3 things. It's cold. There's no airport,
That's
and
definitely true.
and players not wanting to stay.
Yeah.
So hopefully that drives the nail home that there is an airport, and that
That's a great Nordpatch reference.
and that players are willing to stay. I think it's because Winnipeg is such a good team in this tough Central Division that you saw how they were last year. They were the President's Trophy winners. They definitely could have went further in the playoffs, and now they have guys who are willing to stay long term. So I feel
Yeah.
like that is a big driver of the nail. Like if Winnipeg was just a middling team, I don't think Connor would have signed this extension right away.
Yep. I 100% agree. So I think that like getting these guys locked up, it's great. I do think though, like you look at this free agent class now, which looks so great, and now looks so bad. Your best agent is Panarin. I think he will stay. Kempe is in there too. They have had discussions with Kempe. That is currently like they were talking, but I feel like now they're gonna take a little bit of a break and then regroup in the middle of in the uh, rest of the season. So there you go. But overall, it's good that these guys got locked up to contracts. Some other deals that happened around the league. Jack Roslovic signed with the Oilers 1 year, $1.5 million. If I am correct, he is playing right now in Oilers Canucks while we record this video, but this is a good deal. I feel like the Oilers, they could use some extra depth. It never hurts. So to be honest with you, I don't really have many complaints here.
The fact that Rosnick was signed just now, it's kind of crazy to me.
I think there's a lot of players who, at this point, like you know what they're going to get, you know what you're going to do, and sometimes you don't even need to go to camp because you know that there's going to be teams that deal with injuries at the beginning of the season, and then they're going to need some extra body. And hey, I'm available. Offer me a $1.5 million deal. There you go. I'm not saying Roslovic was like in that sense. Like I don't think anybody got hurt for the Oilers, but like you get what I'm saying. Where these guys will, they don't really need to go to camp. You know what you're going to get out of them. You know how they're going to play, and I feel like all it takes is one injury, and suddenly you could get paid more than you would if you signed in July. So I like it for Roslovic from that perspective, and I like it for the Oilers too because they get good, like depth. So there you go. It never hurts to have depth. So there's that. I also wanted to discuss one of the MVP's favorite players. We love this guy, and by we love this guy, I mean LeBlanc loves this guy. LeBlanc, you know who I'm going to say?
I have no idea.
It's Lane Hutson. Don't you love Lane Hutson?
Anyway.
All right, going from our unbiased perspective, Lane Hutson. There's been some talks about his potential contract getting done. There have been some things behind the scenes that have been very interesting, like his family getting involved and saying some things to the media, like how his brother, his dad, went on the Grant McKay show about how the Team USA thing was going on, and that if you can't do this and that, my boy will play in Canada or whatever. We heard something from Emily Kaplan right before the season opened, saying the NHL salary landscape is changing fast. We heard that Lane Hutson was willing to take an 8-year deal, slightly less than Noah Dobson's $9.5 million AAV, but it didn't get done on the Canadiens' end. That was before the market reset with Luke Hughes and the Jackson Lacombe deals, or I guess it was 2 weeks ago now that when you see this podcast. So LeBlanc, I got a couple questions for you. The first one is
Before you get to that, I just want to add one more thing here.
okay. What do you got?
We're starting from Friedman because talking in Canada tonight, and obviously he does this Saturday headlines, and there was a headline that really grabbed my attention, and it was about Lane Hutson. So, and it was that Lane Hutson is uncomfortable with the fact that this is on every front page in Montreal. This is out in the media, and Canadiens are trying to pull it back so he can focus on hockey. But me and our have fan, you know Jack. We love Jack. I talked with Jack about this.
Yeah, remember the guy who some people who follow the channel a long time will know this. His reaction to David Reinbacher.
Yes,
you probably know that.
And I think his reaction. I think he said it best. Like if that sounds like something Montreal's a hockey market. It's a very hockey market, and this is going to be talked about until you sign. And he
Yeah,
said,
exactly.
if
Exactly.
you're comfortable with that, if you can't handle that, then he said, "Quote: You should go play in a smaller market."
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of right, to be honest with you. Look, it does suck to see your name everywhere on the front page media, but like you are a high profile player
In
playing in a high level league. You are. And
in
I
the
feel
Canadian
like
market.
in Montreal, which I would say is the second biggest market, maybe third in the entire NHL. You could argue the Rangers are bigger, but in terms of like market, fan base, even history, like Montreal would be
I would
number two.
say Montreal is probably the first or second biggest market for hockey. I'm not gonna lie.
Definitely the second biggest in Canada, besides Toronto, obviously. Because
I would argue that Montreal, because when you go east of Montreal, it's Montreal and Boston that control the markets there.
yeah, I mean, fair enough. But again, you get what I'm saying. Like, you are in one of the biggest markets in the National Hockey League. I mean, I wouldn't like to hear my name out there either. Like seeing my name on the front page. Oh, Evan Dickinson reportedly won't sign contract with Utah Mammoth because it's too little money.
The air is too dry.
Yeah, the air is too dry. Yeah, but I wouldn't like that either. And I feel like with Hutson, like you got to accept that people are going to talk about you. Like if you think Montreal's bad, there are some cities that are way worse than that. Like introduce you to Vancouver.
Vancouver, yeah.
Philadelphia is pretty damn bad. You should have seen Philadelphia this week. We're going through a goddamn depression. And Orion Kerkering, like, you think he doesn't want to see his name in the media? Like, what are we doing here? Anyway, like going back to Hutson, I think that you don't like seeing this. Well, I agree. You should go and play in a small market because you're going to see this. And when you mess up, when you don't play good and you see things like this where you see that you won't take a deal like this and you refute from taking deals like that, there are going to be people who talk about it because that's what the media is. That's the world we live in. You have to accept that.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to what I was talking about, and good bringing that up because I didn't see that today. Do you think that Hutson is in the right to ask for more than Noah Dobson's $9.5 million deal?
I asked the question, do you think I think Lane Hutson is a better player than Noah Dobson? And the answer is yes. I do think he's
Probably,
better
yeah. I mean, he's only played one season.
1 year. So
But let me reiterate this. There have been plenty of players who have played one season and have been locked up to big deals before. Jackson Lacombe, yes. Lacombe played two. Lacombe played a season before. It's easy to forget, but he did play a season before. I'm thinking of guys like Dylan Gunther, Matthew Coronado. You've had a few other players do it as well. And Hutson is, I would say, is better than those guys. He is. Even through one season of play. He won the goddamn Calder.
He broke records.
So he is better than Noah Dobson. That's telling the truth. The Canadians, and I think we said this when the news broke, I think they overpaid Dobson. Like I feel like they did.
I think we agreed on that too.
It's a little understandable why they did, but it's still overpaid. And now you're going to have to pay the price with Hutson. I'm just being honest. And sorry, I'll let you.
And with the market resetting, like that was probably the worst thing to happen for the Canadians. Like the absolute worst thing to happen. Because now I feel like Dobson is going to get somewhere in the double digits. Like
you mean Hutson?
10 and a half. Sorry, Lane Hutson. 10 and a half. I feel like that's the range you're going to have to sign him for.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people say, and I'm preparing to make a TikTok about it this week, asking the question. I've seen a lot of Habs fans say that he's going to take a team-friendly deal. Like, I mean, I could still see it. It's not impossible, but I got to be completely blunt with you. If he is taking a team-friendly deal, it's not going to be for 8 years. It's not going to be a long-term deal. But it does seem like the Hutson camp wants a long-term deal from what we've heard. So you have that to your advantage. But I'm going to say this. If he was going to take a team-friendly deal, I think it probably would have happened.
It would have been done by now.
I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, I can't see it. Like, again, I'm not going to say that he's going to be, like, paid, like, $12 million or something like that. Like, he's not going to get paid, like, crazy amounts of money more than Dobson, but he is certainly going to get double digits. Like 10 to 11, I could really see.
Yeah, and I just want to say, everyone is thinking, oh, you take a long-term, team-friendly deal. Put down the Kool-Aid. Like
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's not
because
happening.
like and honestly, I would say that if an auto fan like Shane Pinto's gonna take a long-term team-friendly deal. Put down the Kool-Aid. Like let's be for real. I know that's not a good
8
comparison.
years, 12.5.
I know it's not a good comparison, but I still. No. Mac and Celebrity's gonna take a team-friendly deal on a long term. No, put down the Kool-Aid.
And again, like I do want to say this, there are some players that would do that. Like Nathan McKinnon took team-friendly pay cuts for years.
He did, and it
So
worked out.
there are, yeah, it did. There are some players that do that, and I'm not saying that Lane Hutson won't do that. There's still a chance of that, but I feel like if it was going to be a team-friendly deal, it would have happened by now, and that's just my opinion on it. So realistically, what do you think Hudson's contract is going to look like?
I can see, and I'm pointing to the fact that I don't think it's going to be a team-friendly deal. If they want a long-term deal at a high cap, but I think it's going to be 8 years. I'm going to say 10.25.
Okay, yeah. Are you worried at the fact that it hasn't happened yet? That the deal hasn't been hit yet?
Worried in what sense? Like worried in
Are you worried that like Hudson's going to go through this year, he's going to have an even better year than last year, and he's going to ask for significantly more money next July?
and the Habs won't pay him, or Hudson will hold out?
I mean, if I'm Hudson, like, to be honest with you,
if this drags the next season, I'd be worried.
If I'm Hudson, and if you're going for the money, I would wait it out. I would just keep playing. But again, Montreal definitely wants to get this done. I feel like there was a lot of butting heads this week with the players and the agents and the general managers. They're going to work this out. They're going to take a break, cool down. Everything's fine. And then you're going to go back in here and you're going to work on a deal. I feel like, and I'm going to say this right here, right now, I think we're going to see a contract for Lane Hutson before Christmas.
I would agree.
I think we are. I don't think this drags on after the trade deadline or after the Habs get eliminated. No, this kid loves it here. There's no doubt about that. And he will want to stay here. Now, it'll depend because, again, he's going to want to get his money's worth. Maybe he's one of those guys who will take a team-friendly deal. But I feel like if I was him, he would want to get his money's worth. And that's fine because you won the Calder. You kind of carried that blue line last year, let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm just going to mention this, and this because it's out there. You need to look at the long-term picture for the Habs and for the salary cap.
You do. Absolutely.
I want you to know there is a certain player from Russia that might need to be signed.
Oh, yeah, Ivan Demidov. Not a big deal.
And there might be a player who's leading the Habs in goals named Zach Bolduc, who's going to need an extension as well. Fowler's going to come in. Montembeault needs a new contract. No, sorry, Dobich needs a new contract, not Montembeault. Excuse me. So that's why you need to see the big picture, and I feel like that's the biggest thing about Montreal is that they want to, like, you look at a team. I don't want to point the finger, but look at a team like Ottawa, where all their contracts, their core is under very good contracts.
Or the Devils. The Devils are another team.
The Devils too. They're all under $8.3 million. All their core is locked up.
Yeah. So Lane Hutson could really set the standard here for what these players are going to get paid. And the problem is, I feel like we're not realizing this now, but Noah Dobson might have been the one that set the standard. Because if Hudson's going to get more than Dobson, don't you think Demidov is going to get more than Hutson? Depending on what you think.
So I feel like this is something teams run by this for years. You are not getting more than our best player. And the Habs' best player is?
I would, like, right now?
Yes, right now.
Right now, probably Suzuki.
Yeah, so I think that's always gonna be the standard. With the salary cap going up, I don't think that might alter the change though. But
I think eventually Demidov will be this team's best player.
I believe that too.
So
there's gonna be that. That's the precedent, but I don't know. Like, that's why I always say you gotta look at it long term, the big picture.
That is the precedent, though, but there are already two players on this roster who are paid more than Suzuki. and that's Line and Dobson. So I don't know if that precedent really holds here, but we'll see. Again, we'll really find out with this. Again, I know that we're saying a lot of things that Habs fans aren't going to like, but we both do believe that this will be done probably sooner rather than later, and that's just how this stuff works. That's always how this works. Almost always.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, it's how the cookie crumbles. So there you go. But that's what I really want to touch on there with Hutson. That was something that was discussed a lot in the media this week, and there was a lot of uproar from Habs fans about it. I thought we should say our piece, even though they don't like us. But I hope that Habs fans realize that LeBlanc is a Sens fan. I don't have a problem with the Habs. LeBlanc is a Sens fan. I hope they realize that we were being objective here and being unbiased.
I try.
You try. You do try. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we get into what we wanted to discuss?
I don't believe so. Today? I think we're all set to get this thing rolling.
So there is a couple of things that I do want to bring up afterwards. There's going to be. I do want to say one thing here before we start our big coaching segment. Did you see the play in the Sharks versus Golden Knights game? I know you saw it.
Yes, because I sent it to you.
Where the Sharks missed the empty net attempt twice. Vegas went down the other way. Alex Nedeljkovic comes out of his net to play the puck and misses it. And it goes into the net. Now, LeBlanc, what is one thing that we love to say? What is one thing that Steve Dangle says all the time?
I mean, I think I like my version. Stay in your net.
Or there's that. Stay in your net. Or if you're a goaltender, send the goal.
Yeah.
Yes. So I thought that was pretty funny. And there's this photo. I'm going to put it on screen right here, right now. I'll show it to LeBlanc. This sums up San Jose season in one photo already. And we are in game 1 of the season. This sums up their season.
I'm just like, you had an opportunity to stun the Golden Knights, stun the best team in your division, come out with lots of mojo and confidence going into the next game, and then I want to say this: I feel the tying goal. I don't put down Nedeljkovic. A bouncing puck is the most unpredictable thing in the world. I'm not going to put that on him.
Actually, I want to apologize.
The overtime goal, that is completely on him. You need to, if you come out of your net, especially, why are you that far out of your net? Like that far, it's crazy.
What the hell are you doing? That's insane.
And if you're going to be that far, you need to commit to it. He hesitated, and that's what happened. So you go in, 2 minutes later, you're like, oh my god, we're gonna we're gonna shock the hockey world, and then 7 minutes later, your locker room like what the fuck was that?
Yep, there you go. So that was, and then the episode title for today is going to be Yaroslav Askarev's quote to Nedeljkovic after his collapse. Shit happens. That is the title of this episode. With instead of the I, it's an exclamation point. So there you go. That's how we came up with the title of this episode for the day. Okay, so we have a little bit of a fun thing here today. We are going to go through all 32 coaches in the National Hockey League, and we are going to discuss whether we think they are in the hot seat or they are in the cold seat, or they were just hired, or they're in the middle. So we're going to go through all 32 teams. LeBlanc, are you ready to get started here?
I am.
We are actually going to go by division. We're not going to go by the alphabetical order that we all know and love. To spice things up here a little bit, because we always go alphabetical. So we're going to go through the divisions here. We're going to start off in the Pacific. We're going to go through all the coaches here. So we're going to start off from just alphabetically by division. Anaheim, Joel Quenneville, recently hired. So put him in that category.
Yeah, no. Like if they're just hired, I was gonna say pass because what you're gonna fire your coach 20 games into the season?
I mean, it's happened before, but I don't think that's
in this day and age. Though that's a horrible PR move.
Yeah, in this day and age, it could maybe fly back in the 30s or 60s or whatever, but definitely wouldn't fly now. So Quenneville recently hired. I think that's fine. Yeah. Calgary, Ryan Huska. This could be an interesting one if Calgary does struggle.
I feel like Huska.
They just extended him though as well.
I feel like he's safe for now. I would say that.
I think for now he is safe, but he's not somebody who I necessarily trust as Calgary's head coach moving forward. And I also think that there is a legitimate chance that he could be let go if things do get really bad. But he was just signed to an extension.
I'm
And
the opposite.
I have seen a lot of criticism from Calgary fans about this guy.
I feel like I'm in the opposite boat where I feel like Calgary has extended the guy. If he's like, we all know the shelf life is very low for NHL head coaches.
Yeah,
but I feel like this guy it's safe. He's safe.
okay, fair enough. That's fine. I don't know. I could see a world where he does get fired. Maybe not during the season, but it's possible if they really do struggle, you could see something happen. The Oilers. I think Chris Knobloch is safe. He just signed an extension as well. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself, but he's been to back-to-back Cup finals. I think he's safe. Unless if there's a really bad managerial decision, then maybe something happens, but he's safe.
If the Oilers have to sell at the deadline, he's gone before then. I want to put that out there because
probably, maybe.
Only way he gets fired though if they just like it's a wash of a year.
Why the hell would I can't see a world where they'd sell though? That'd be actually insane. What are you gonna do? Trade McDavid? Yeah, that'd be something for sure. LA. LA has Jim Hiller. I feel like Jim Hiller might be ranked in the top 3 in hot.
Hot.
Yeah, he is hot. He is steaming hot. And the thing is with that too, there's two things to that. First off, I don't think he's a very good coach. I thought that he costed LA season in game 3 with that goalie interference call. I think there's a chance if they go in there and they don't make that call and they win that game, we're looking at a completely different playoff in the Western Conference.
I have an opinion.
Here we go.
When Jim Hiller was the interim head coach, I saw that man coach. He should not have gotten the job. Should have gotten an extension.
Really?
Jim Hiller might be one of the worst coaches I've ever seen.
Can you explain why?
In the way he deploys his players. Specifically, his young players.
Oh, we see that all the time. But yes, I agree with you.
But Hiller is like, it's at the top. Also, his decision making, putrid decision making when it comes to managing the game as a head coach. He's not. I have to hear this every day, so you're gonna hear it too. It's not good. It's not good. I feel like and right now, LA, by the way, LA is 1-2 right now. If things keep going the way they're going, Jim Hiller will be fired by American Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think he's got to be like in terms of coaches, like I think he is probably like top 3, possibly number 1. So there you go. San Jose, Ryan Warsofsky is their coach. I think he's safe. I feel like they would have to take like a significant step backwards, like a significant step. And I don't even know how far of a step back you could take for that to happen.
When you get fired, they would have to go, and I kid you not, 180-1. That's how bad it has to be for him to get fired.
Yeah, honestly, I can't see a world where they fire him unless if, like, again, you never know, something could happen, and maybe they don't disagree with something or whatever. But right now, yeah. Lane Lambert of Seattle. What do you think about Lambert? He was just hired.
I know he just got hired, but from previous experience, I don't think Lambert's a good coach, but he just got hired, so he's safe. Just give him a chance. Seattle looked pretty good against Anaheim the other night.
Oh no! Could we be proven wrong about Seattle? Well, Block, we had them 7th, like we had Florida 7th.
Listen,
do you think
why every time teams want to come in here and you know what? I took that personally. That's literally every single team that comes in here. When we put them 7th, yeah. You know what? No, I'm gonna defy the odds. Yeah,
literally. Like, it always seems... I mean, like, with Florida, we kind of asked for that. We're idiots. Yeah. But, like, I swear to God, if they really go in here and they make the playoffs, I'm going to be so upset. Vancouver.
Is it Adam Foote?
Adam Foote. He was just hired. I think he's safe.
No, known hard ass Adam Foote. Safe for now. It's Vancouver though. Like if you're under 500 in the first 20 games, you're gonna get the heat on you.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So that could definitely happen for sure. But we'll see. He'll definitely get pressured by the media. And then Bruce Cassidy of the Oh, sorry. You have something else?
Yeah. Sorry. Keep going. I was.
Sorry. Okay. Bruce Cassidy of the Vegas Golden Knights. I think he's safe.
He's safe. Sorry. What I was gonna say, like sorry, going to Vancouver. Excuse me. Sorry, I lost. I'm a little tired. I lost track of things. Like I'm talking about like Heat, like Glenn Frey, like the Heat is on. Like that. That's what I mean. Like you know that song.
Yep.
The Heat is on. Like that. Like it's gonna be that. Going to Cassidy's safe. Like there's no unless Vegas like there's no. I don't see them going. No, I see them.
No, I don't see that either. I don't see that either.
Even if they're a wild card team, I think he's safe. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, honestly, I think it would take a lot. You win a cup, and you're like cemented there forever. Mm-hmm. When's the last coach? I'm trying to think. Probably Craig Berube.
I was gonna say.
So I'm thinking Tampa still has Cooper. Florida obviously still has Maurice. Vegas is Cassidy. Colorado is Bednar. The last coach to be fired after winning a cup was Craig Berube, and that was what 5 years after. Yeah, no, I can't see that happening. It is Vegas, but I can't see it happening. Okay, we'll go on to the Central Division now. We'll just go like west to east. Chicago, they have. Oh my God, it's blanking. I'm blanking. What is it?
Jeff Blashill.
Jeff Blashill. For some reason, I was thinking Joe Veleno. No, it's Jeff Blashill. Yeah, he's safe. I actually think Blashill will be okay with Chicago.
Yeah, I think in a second chance they'll be better.
They are 0-3, and they just took an L to Montreal with 15 seconds left. But we won't talk about that. Yeah, we won't. We don't got to talk about that. It's okay. Yeah, so there you go. I feel like he's safe though for sure. What about Jared Bednar of Colorado? We are getting to that point where that cup was 4 years ago, which is crazy.
Bednar. I've never been high on Jared Bednar as a coach. So, I feel like if they struggle, especially because like their roster is not the best this year.
Yeah, I feel like it's very top heavy. Their depth is like not as bad as we've been saying in the previews, but I still don't think it's up to par.
Yeah, I say that, yet they're out shooting Dallas right now 38-22.
Whatever. I don't. We always get proven wrong.
I feel like Bednar's seat is lukewarm.
Yes, I feel like you lose in the first round 3 years in a row. You got to be in that position. But then again,
there will not be a fourth.
Yeah. So then again, though, we do look at John Cooper, who has lost in 3 straight first rounds. But Cooper has won more cups.
Yeah.
So I did want to just put that out there. Like, there are going to be some people who are like, oh, well, what about Cooper? Dallas Stars, Glenn Gulutzan. I mean, again, we've expressed that we don't think this guy's a great coach, but he was just hired.
Yeah. So give him a chance.
You never know. When was the last time he was a head coach? That was like what?
In Calgary.
6 years ago?
That must have. It was before Sutter was there. So this is. It's got to be almost 10 years. It's going to be almost.
Probably close to 10 years, yeah.
Almost like 7-8 years ago now.
Oh, yeah. You never know. He could change. He could be better. But to be honest with you, I don't know. Then you move on to what's in the alphabetical order. Minnesota, you have John Hines.
Bald.
He is bald, man. That'll be interesting.
Hines, I feel like Hines is also in the lukewarm category.
He's not like, I don't think he's steaming hot, but I think there's a good chance, like if Minnesota comes out stale like they were in 22-20 or in 23-24, he probably does get the boot.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually totally forgot John Hines is still coaching the NHL.
Of course.
I totally forgot because I forgot Evanson got fired.
Yeah, he's with Columbus now.
Yeah.
So there you go. So you think he's lukewarm?
I'll say lukewarm. Yeah.
All right. Nashville. They have Andrew Brunette.
I think Trotz has put his entire confidence in Andrew Brunette. I feel like his job is safe.
I got to be blunt with you. I mean, we said it last year. He should have fired. He should have been fired. Not because we don't like Brunette, but like you want to turn your team around. I feel like Trotz is too, and this is a whole different argument. We could do this
had
on
this
general
conversation
manager
before
too.
multiple times on the channel.
He's too soft. He has that coaching like attitude. He's like too
like he's like your dad. Like
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way to express it because I feel like when I talk about him, like everything with him is he's like, oh, I love these players, I love these guys, like I never want to get rid of them. I want to just be with these guys forever. I'm like, dude, like your team is
you know what
your
I
team
you know
is
what I like, Barry?
your team had 20 wins last year. Yeah, so
You know what I like, Barry? Results.
yeah, you know what I like? Winning. You know what your fans like? Winning. You know what your owner likes? Winning. So yeah.
I know it's Nashville and 25% of people are drunk all the time, but you still need to produce. You
Still need to win. There's still fans for that team. That was mean. I'm sorry, Predators fans, that he said that. St. Louis, they have Jim Montgomery. He is safe. I think there's really no question about that.
Safe. Like, it is so safe.
Again, like just like how I said with LA, if they don't call that goalie challenge and they win that game, if one more second passed, we could be looking at a completely different playoff bracket in the West.
Yeah.
So I think St. Louis, like he is safe. It would have to take like another massive collapse for them.
I'm very high on Jim Montgomery. I think he's going to be in St. Louis for a very long time.
Yep, I agree, and I feel like there's a chance that he could go on some deep playoff runs with them. Utah, Andre Tourigny. I feel like Andre Tourigny is not in the hot seat, but he is in the lukewarm seat.
I feel like he's not. It's not. It's hot. Like it's.
You think so?
It's warm.
I think it's warm. I think Luke. Yeah, I think it's warm. I don't think it's actually. I don't think he's like hot, but he's definitely warm because you're getting to the point where he has been there the entire rebuild. Like when Rick Tocchet left, he was named the head coach, and there you go. He's been the head coach since. So I think that he is certainly in the warm seat for sure. And then Scott Arniel was a part of the best team in the league last year.
Safe.
I think he's safe.
Yeah,
I think there's really nothing much else to explain there.
Yeah, players like him, fans like him, ownership seems to really like him, so I don't see a world where they move on from Arniel.
Yep. So I totally agree with that. And then we'll move on to the Metropolitan Division. We'll go over from the Western Conference to the Eastern Conference here. Let's start out with Carolina, Rod Brindamore. Now, there's been a lot of success in Carolina in terms of regular season success and the first two rounds. But in terms of playoff success, that's been lacking.
I would call 2 rounds every year a success. But
no, I meant like past the first 2 rounds. I'm sorry. I said in the first 2 rounds they've had success, but like when you get to the conference finals, you get deep into there.
Yeah, if you didn't get higher, I get that. I think Rod the Bod is pretty safe though. They just signed him to an extension.
Yeah, I think he's safe as well, but I was trying to set the tone there with him. Yeah, I think there's certainly some discussion. Like, do you think like if they lose in the first round this year, if they go in there and they play, I don't know, the Rangers, or they play like a 5th seed Florida Panthers or something like that, like if they lose in the first round, do you think he gets let go?
Yeah.
You think so?
It depends on how bad the series. Like, let's say they play like a Montreal, and they get bounced in 5. That's a fireable offense.
Yeah.
They play an Ottawa and they get bounced in 5 or 6. That's a fireable offense.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, under circumstances, you could see a possibility where it happens for any team. Columbus, you have Dean Evison there.
Sorry, I was going to go.
Something else
with Carolina, the expectations are so sky high that if you don't win the division and you're in the first round, that's a failure.
That is a failure. Yeah, I agree.
Dean Evans, safer than safe.
Yeah, Dean Evison is safe. Had a great year last year, even though they didn't make the playoffs. I do have concerns with like how he works with some young players, like Chinnikov. He hasn't been working well with, but again, like you're not going to work well with everybody. That's a business period, not just sports. That's how business works. Period. So, not really concerned about that, to be blunt. And then you move on to the Devils. You have Sheldon Keefe, who's interesting.
Lukewarm.
You think lukewarm? If they go in there and if they miss the playoffs this year, do you think he gets fired?
Yes, but
And you have them out of the playoffs, by the way.
I do have him out of the playoffs because I
I'm
don't.
not trying to put you on the spot, but you do.
Because I don't trust Sheldon Keefe. And if I'm not hiring him as a coach. I feel like if they waltzed into last year like they did at the second half of the year, or this year, I gotta watch what I say, but you can't just go in there just playing grab ass all year and expect to make the playoffs.
Yeah, so I totally agree with that. I think that there is certainly expectations there in New Jersey for things to get better. And if he doesn't meet those expectations, or unless if the team gets like absolutely like a meteor strikes and everybody gets hurt, he would get fired in that situation.
Yeah, I feel like the Devils are aspiring for playoffs, and I feel like if they don't, even if they're a wild card and make playoffs, I think he's safe. But if they don't make it, I think New Jersey is not trying to make changes.
Yeah, we saw it with Lindy Ruff, so I think we could see it there with the Devils. Islanders, you have Patrick Waugh. Patrick Waugh's been there for what, 2 seasons now?
2 seasons.
Season and a half?
Him and Lou did not get along, but Lou's gone now.
Yeah, so
I always wonder when new management comes in. New management always wants to bring in, their guy, their coach. I'm gonna put Patrick Waugh in warm.
You think so? Okay.
Because of the circumstance we're seeing. Because Darsh might not want Patrick Waugh as his head coach.
I disagree.
Okay.
I think he should be not in warm, but lukewarm. Because I think, again, as you said, they didn't get along. But I also do think at the same time, the Islanders, I think, want to work this thing out and they want to go in this direction. And I think they want to keep Patrick Waugh, at least for now. But I do agree with you. Eventually, you're going to get to the point where these guys butt heads. It happens. It always happens. And I use Philadelphia as a very good example because when Danny Briere came in there, John Tortorella was in his first season as a coach. He would go on and play 2 more seasons, and then he would get fired because things would go wrong. So I think that eventually they will butt heads, but I don't think this year it's going to happen.
I feel like they're waiting for his contract to expire. That's my theory.
Okay.
Once his contract expires, part ways.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So I agree with that. I think that's a good motive to have for sure. So then we'll talk about, because next up on the list is Mike Sullivan.
He's more safe than a player hitting a home run and stepping on home plate.
That, you are such an asshole for bringing that up with the.
I did not mean to do it like that.
You are such an asshole. And for the record, we're going to get into it later, but he went back and touched home plate. So I don't want to hear shit from Phillies fans. He didn't touch it. Anyway, he is safe. He is absolutely safe. I think that he's going to be fine.
I didn't mean to strike a nerve. I didn't know what I was.
Well, like that is, he said that. So
I didn't watch. I was at work when the game happened, so I didn't know what happened. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay, yeah. So Sullivan's there. Rick Tocchet, I think, is also safe. Tocchet was just hired. I haven't watched a lot of the Flyers. I'm going to be honest with you because I've been just so busy with work, and I was watching the Phillies the day their opening night happened. Big mistake. I think that I've seen improvements though with the way they've been playing. So I think I think he's safe regardless. I
watched the third period of tonight's game. The Flyers looked a lot more structured, I will say.
Yeah, and I think that's good. I think that's what you want to see. So I have a lot of optimism there with that. Moving on then to Dan Muse. Muse is safe in my eyes. He was just hired. Yeah. I like Muse though. I think he actually could be a good coach for this team. He is bald. Sorry, I didn't realize you said. He is a bald guy. Yeah. He is certainly bald.
I don't need to pick on the bald guys. It's like it's fun to say.
Yeah, definitely. As well as that too, you also have Spencer Carberry, who I think is actually one of the most underrated coaches in the league.
Yeah, I think Carberry might be the safest coach in the league. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Definitely in the division for sure. I mean, like besides the guys who were just hired, he is very safe.
Yeah.
So there's no question about that. All right, let's move on to the Atlantic Division then. Boston, they just hired Marco Sturm. He's safe. They're also 3-0, which is interesting. We're gonna get proven wrong, aren't we?
If Boston is a good team,
We're gonna get proven wrong.
I'm jumping from the milk zone.
I mean, I'm fine with it. Like, it doesn't really impact me that much, but we're gonna get proven wrong.
It impacts me though.
Oh, it does impact you because you're a. It might impact me if the Flyers are whatever. Yeah, he's safe. He was just hired. Buffalo though with Lindy Ruff could be interesting.
I mean this with the absolute most disrespect. He's safe.
Yeah.
He's safe.
You think he's safe?
Because
Really?
what's better than bringing back the old coach? You have Terry Pagula, who just wants to meddle in things. What brings fans coming back? Nostalgia. Who's nostalgia? Lindy Ruff. Who's never going to get fired? Probably Lindy Ruff.
Yep. I totally agree. There are a couple of things that I wanted to bring up with the Sabres later. Would you like to get into them now?
Sure.
Okay, so first off, your boy Josh Norris is expected to miss at least a few weeks due to an upper body injury.
Listen. Prayers up. Like, my boy can't catch a break. Like,
honestly, there's nothing I feel bad more for a player in this league than Josh Norris. We are never going to get back to that like 33-goal season in 60 games, bro. I feel horrible. I feel so bad for this kid. He's not even a kid anymore. I feel so bad for him, just to be honest with you. He would have been so good.
I'm not going to lie. When they said Norris injured on the faceoff, I'll be honest, I was not surprised. Like,
I wasn't surprised either. I'm surprised, but sad.
This would be his fifth shoulder injury. Like,
yep.
Significant. It says significant amount of time, significant shoulder injury. And I don't want to point the finger, but I will point the finger. Would you rather have Dylan Cousins right now?
Yeah. But going back to what I was saying, it does suck. Did you see, and I can't play it necessarily. Actually, maybe I can. Here, I could probably pull up the video and find it somewhere. Did you see the video from Sabres fans crashing out after the first game of the season?
Yes, I did see the video.
So we're going to play the video. I'm going to look it up here. I forgot to look it up before we started. There you go. I'm very unprepared. I had the Yankees lose, but not this one. Okay, all right. I have the video here pulled up. I should be able to play it. I don't think there's copyright, but, if we find out it's not like I get paid on the podcast anyways. Anyway, here, let's pull up the video, and let's play this clip of the Sabres fans crashing out. Now, be prepared. There is a lot of swearing, but again, we are obviously a adult podcast pretty much.
It's unbelievable. You can't score one goal in a hockey game. 6 years old. That's how old I was when they made the playoffs.
Wow, I didn't realize.
I was at Disney World. Every time I life.
So that was the clip. First off, if this was any other fan base in the league, it'd be funny. Because it's one game. It's one game. But for Sabres fans, I understand the frustration with this.
Here's the thing. All the Sabres fans that I know, they're just numb to this now. This is just how it is.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, for me, I could say I've been there, but you've been there longer than me. But
you have.
There. I get the frustration. This is the longest playoff drought in NHL history.
What's the longest drought in sports that is not the MLB? Because the MLB, it's like 70 years, and we don't gotta get into that.
The Royals missed the playoffs, I think, 28 straight years.
That's MLB, but
yes, sorry, you wanted longest playoff drought in what?
in sports that isn't the MLB, because the MLB is very weird with their playoffs. So here, I'll look it up real quick. I should probably know this, to be honest with you. So the longest active one, they have the longest active one for sure. They're tied with the Jets, right? For that, the Jets are just a whole
Jets
other.
are 14 years as well, or 15.
Yeah,
years.
the Jets are just a whole other thing of pain. I got to be honest with you.
I know the Angels are going on 10 years now.
Yeah, I don't know the longest one all time. That doesn't matter. We didn't have to bring that up, but you are coming up on some pretty long droughts here, and not just for the Sabres, but they're coming up on 15 years. It's unbelievable. I mean, like again, if any fan base has the right to be upset, it's Sabres fans.
Yeah,
I totally agree. So again, I think that this is something that I wanted to bring up. I was going to bring it up later on when we actually got to like the later stuff we talk about, like the jerseys and the other things, but we're not going to. I just want to bring it up now. So there you go. As well as that too, unless you have anything else. Okay. Detroit, you have Todd McClellan. He was pretty much just hired, so I think he's safe.
he's safe, and he called out the boys after that 5-1 embarrassing 5-1 loss on home ice to start the year, and I think it's justified. He's good. He's gonna be good for Detroit. I think he's pretty safe.
Yeah, I agree. Paul Maurice, safe.
This is more safe than Brady Kachuk's shots parlay. That's how safe it is.
Okay. All right, good. I was like, we're going to make a Phillies reference. I was just going to be like, safe. Moving on. Marty St. Louis of Montreal. So I will say this. I think for the time being, he is safe, but he's on the lower end of safe for me. And the reason why for that is because last year when they really struggled to start the season, there were some, not all, and they like to deny it, but it's true. There were some Montreal fans who were calling for this guy's head.
I got the receipts.
I know you have receipts. You do. So I will say that, like, I don't want to get into it with Montreal fans. Like, you can have your opinion.
I'm going to say this. You are never safe in Montreal.
That's true.
You're always on the hot seat from day one. Not hot seat. I would say you're always lukewarm from day number one. I think Marty St. Louis is lukewarm, though. I feel like the Heat is. If they missed last year, the Heat the Heat is on. But they made the playoffs. The Heat is not on.
Yeah. So I think that it could depend. If they miss, there's a decent chance he would get let go, and it would obviously depend under the circumstances. Like, if they miss with a lot of injuries, then like what can you really do about that? But as well as that too, if they miss and they just play poor defensively, their offense shrivels up, goaltending's not good, got to make a change. So there's that. And you could say that about a lot of other teams as well. Ottawa with Travis Green, I think he is safe. LeBlanc, though, if they miss the playoffs, could you see a possibility of them maybe considering it?
Maybe.
Because you saw it with Lindy Ruff, and Ruff was there much longer than Travis Green was. I'm trying to think of a better example. Vancouver. Rick Tocchet, though, I think did leave actually, but could you see a possibility of him being fired?
Ottawa's been proven to be patient with coaches. Now, when there was no patience at all, but this,
well, yeah.
Like I look at it, I think about it. If they miss by a lot, and I mean like 10 plus, they will consider it. I feel like though Green's got him on the right track.
Yeah, you got to consider it for sure. So I think they are in the right to. And as a result, we'll see what happens there with that. But I think he's safe under any other circumstance.
So do I.
The last two teams, Tampa Bay, John Cooper, I think he's safe.
Oh, I think he's the safest coach in the league. Sorry, excuse me. I meant this right here, safest coach in the league.
So, if they do lose in the first round, do you think there's a possibility that
extension?
He did, yeah. But I did just want to ask that first.
I think he's safe.
So there you go. Okay. Cool. All right. And then Craig Berube, the final coach for Toronto. I think he's probably safe. Like, I can't see a world where he gets fired. And they'd be stupid to let him go. He is a phenomenal coach.
Yeah, I think he's pretty safe.
Yeah. So there's that. Okay. So now we're going to go by division here once again. And we're going to give our pick for the safest and hottest coach in each division. Let's start off in the Pacific. LeBlanc, who is your safest coach?
Bruce Cassidy.
It is also Bruce Cassidy for me. I think I can't really see a world where he gets fired. Now watch in a couple of months when we look back at this, he'll be fired. That'd be
Bruce
pretty funny.
Cassidy.
That'd be pretty funny. Who is the hottest coach in this division for you? It's kind of hard actually
Jim
with this
Hiller.
division. A lot of new ones. Who'd you say?
Jim Hiller.
Oh, Jim Hiller. Why did I even say that's hard? Jim Hiller. I don't know why I wasn't thinking of Jim Hiller. Yeah, there you go. Central. Who is the safest coach in this one?
Arneal.
I say Montgomery.
Yeah, it's between those two. I'm going to say Arneal, though.
Do you? Yeah, okay. I'm not going to argue with you with it. Who is the hottest coach? Torgny, I would say. Andre Torgny is my pick.
Give me Andrew Brunette.
Okay. Metro. Who is this? I would say Spencer Carberry. I mean, if we're looking at newly hired guys, then it's Sullivan, but I'm going to say Carberry.
Yeah, I'll say Carberry, too.
Who is the hottest? This one's hard, too. There's a lot of there's a lot of coaches who were just hired in this division as well.
Sheldon
Or they were hired in the last, year or two.
Yeah, I'm going to say Sheldon Keefe.
I'll go Sheldon Keefe as well. I mean, I really, the other coaches, Brindamore, I can't see being fired. Sullivan was just hired. Muse was hired. Tockett was hired. Evison was hired 2 years ago. I'll go with Keefe. And then the Atlantic. The safest coach in the Atlantic is Cooper. Paul Maurice. Why am I put Maurice or Cooper? I'll say Maurice. I'm sorry. I wasn't even thinking about that. And then because we barely spent any time on Florida. And then the hottest coach.
This one's actually tough.
This one is tough.
I could say 3 different names. But I'm going to
I'm going to go the Buffalo route of Lindy Ruff.
I was going to go Buffalo route, but since you said that, I'm going to go Marty St. Louis.
Okay. I was going to let you make the hard decision, because it's fine if I don't do it, but if you do it, there you go. So, there you go. All right, so that's our coaches list. I thought that would be a fun one to make, and we had a pretty good discussion about that. That'll be posted on the YouTube channel as well, so be sure to check that out when that does go up. Okay, moving on to some other news around the league before we get into the hot topics around sports, and get ready. There's a big thing on the hot topics around sports. We have some new jerseys to announce. The LA Kings revealed their new Crown alternate jerseys. What do you think of these?
Ass.
Really?
You
think this is ass?
I don't like them at all.
Really? I think they're fine. I don't think they're incredible. I think they're fine. I like the black with the mix of the gray. Do you not like the helmets? Is that what really sets you off?
Helmets, that's the worst part. That's.
I heavily disagree with you. I love these jerseys.
It looks like a cheap knockoff.
Wow, I couldn't disagree more.
I
could not disagree more with this.
It feels like a practice jersey.
You think this is a practice jersey? Really? Wow.
When I saw them on the ice, I wasn't thrilled. Let's just say that. I don't think I've seen them in a picture, but when I saw them on the ice, I was not.
I'll send you a picture here real quick, just so you can take a look if you want. But I am appalled. I thought you would actually think these are okay. I feel like they're boring, sure, but I think they're fine. There's jerseys that are boring that aren't that interesting, but are still good.
The font's cool, but
I'm shocked by your opinion. Wow.
Compared to the old Crown hat was more detailed. This just feels like. I feel like if they made I don't know. If they had like a new crown, maybe I would like them more. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of them.
Okay. And that's fine. Like, I'm not saying that, like, you're dumb or anything, but, like, I could not disagree more. Just gonna be honest with you.
The font's cool. The font is cool. I'm just not a huge fan of them.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. The Penguins released their new third jerseys. I am a big fan of these. These are very, very nice.
I'm sorry, what?
You don't like these either, dude?
A breeze. Like, that's how
Are you
bad it
kidding
is.
me? You don't like these either?
No.
Why? What is
No.
wrong with these? Oh my God, you have horrible taste. I'm so sorry.
Okay. What'll it be, fellas? Mustard or ketchup? Like, that's what it feels like.
Are you serious right now?
I'm dead serious. Like,
If Ottawa made a jersey like this and it was red with that kind of striping,
I still think we've bad. I'm not.
oh my God! Wow.
Do you have a picture?
I will send you a photo. Again, I will put it on screen, obviously, like I always do. I don't know how. Like, what would they have to do to this jersey to make you like it?
It is way too yellow.
Oh my God! I could not disagree more.
I like the touch of the penguin. The penguin has a yellow stick now. I don't know if that's always been there or I'm just blind, but
I don't think that's always. Has that been there? Hang on, no, it's not. It's
yeah. So I like the logo's altered. I like that.
Oh my God!
I
don't think we've ever butted heads this much about jerseys before. Like, dude, I could not disagree with you more about these.
Way too much yellow. Like, there's not enough detail around the jersey.
Okay. All right.
Like it just from the back, it looks like a Boston Bruins jersey.
That's fair. It does kind of look like it does remind me of like maybe their Winter Classic jersey, but okay.
I'm just not a huge fan of them. Like, the yellow helmets are cool though. At least it's not a black helmet. Like, if you're gonna go yellow, at least commit to the bit.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a huge fan of these.
Okay. And that's fine. Like, again, I'm not gonna call you an idiot, but I couldn't disagree more. I love both these jerseys. They're all there. They're both
the top comment on this is Heinz mustard jersey goes incredibly hard. Like, that's just it's too much good. Yellow. That's just me. Like, here, I gotta. Like,
now he's showing off
Nashville.
For the video listeners, he's showing off his Nashville home.
So this is like there's the navy offsets the yellow. It's a lot of yellow, but there is hints of navy everywhere on the jersey.
So you don't like it because it's only yellow and black. You want to see like what, white in that jersey?
No, I want to see even like.
Well, what would you like to see in the jersey that would make it different? I'm asking.
And like, I feel like if they put something on the shoulders, it might be better. Just like it needs more black.
What if it made the stripe bigger? If they made the stripe bigger,
that would probably work.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Did you see that Toronto finally got their city on a ring?
They did a what now?
They finally got their city on a ring.
Yes, I did see.
The Florida Panthers Stanley Cup ring features "We apologize to no one," and we're a little bit late on this. We're late on a couple of these things. We apologize to no one, and it says Tampa Bay crossed out, Toronto crossed out, Carolina crossed out, and then Edmonton crossed out. And I thought that was funny. There were some people saying on the comments, Toronto finally has a cup ring. So I thought that was pretty funny. But there you go. Okay. All right. There's one more thing, and we'll get into the hot topics around sports and talk about all that. LeBlanc, we talked about this almost right before we got on, but I don't know if this is new or not, but New Era has released mascot hats. And for the audio listeners, I highly encourage you go right now, whether or not you're like driving in a car or something. I highly encourage you look these up because these hats are some of the cleanest hats I've seen. Some of these are so nice. LeBlanc, is there any specific ones you want to go look at?
I didn't see Ottawa's.
So basically, for the audio listeners, what these hats are they are just snapback hats with pictures, like animated photos of the mascots' faces. They have like, Gritty, they have Youppi, they have Spartacat, they have the Detroit Octopus. I'll put that on screen for the
Alley
audio.
Octopus.
This is so
Like
nice. I love
that.
it.
Like that one is that one's sick. Like
Yeah. Like I'm telling you, what just happened on my screen? I'm telling you that I need to get these jerseys, or I need to get these hats.
I haven't seen
Like,
Ottawa's. That's one thing I
let me
need
pull
to
up
see.
Ottawa. I don't know what happened to my screen. It was like bugging. Okay, here is the Sens.
There it is. There's Sparto.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
He looks like a dog with like a wig on. What's that?
Yes.
That's still so clean though.
But like,
Like
I'm like, here's the thing. I like them. They look cool, but I'll be honest. They would look cooler if they had a propeller on them.
a propeller.
You
Oh
know,
my god!
You know that have the propellers on them. Put that design
Oh
and a
my
propeller on it.
These are so sick.
They're
like
sick,
I genuinely think like I need.
the Dallas one looks sick too.
Yeah, I genuinely think like I need to start getting these.
I think
They're $50 per though.
That's like, I mean,
What's-
for me, that's a normal price for a hat.
For you, yeah, that's probably
They're probably
normal.
$70 each.
50 times 32. $1,600 for me to get all 32. Well, better start saving.
Gotta catch them all.
Got to catch them all, yeah. I'll probably get, like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, I'm a big avid hat collector. You guys probably see the hat rack every single time. I'm getting a second one, too, by the way. I'm an avid hat collector. So I'm definitely going to get a couple of these.
I just have a box.
There you go. I wanted to bring that up as well.
Yeah, I just have a box of hats. Like
A box of them? Oh, I'd
to my
take
right
care
here,
of
I have a whole box of just hats.
not being an asshole, but I take care of my hats.
Okay,
I have
they're
them
in a sealed
hung
box.
up in alphabetical order. Okay. Let's get into the hot topics around sports. I want to start off everywhere else before I get into what I want to talk about here today. So, LeBlanc, how about those Blue Jays?
Oh, the
First
Blue
off,
Jays!
great series against the Yankees. Vladdy Guerrero Jr., he hit like, what, 6-2-7 in that series? Or was it 5-2-7? He was unreal against New York. And I thought they did a good job with their pitching, too. I thought Jeff Hoffman actually played good.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, I thought they did great. On the other end of things, you also have Tigers and Mariners. What an ending. Oh my god, that was unbelievable.
I watched that entire game because I got home from work and the game was on. So I'm like, oh, we'll just watch the game and then we'll do something else when it's over. I did not expect it to go until like 1:15 in the morning.
So I had the Royals, and I was reporting on the Royals. The game started at like what, 6?
Game started at 7. 7.
7. Okay,
Oh,
so
8,
it started
8.
right.
No, it was 8 o'clock. It was 8 o'clock.
It started basically right when I was at the Royals. I get home, it's like the top of the 6th. I can't watch it because it's on Fox, and I don't have Fox. So I was a little bit annoyed about that. I don't have it like on my computer. I have it upstairs, but I'm not watching it upstairs. I was also at my girlfriend's, so I couldn't watch it. The game went on until like I'm always up doing video work. The game was over after I went to sleep. I couldn't even stay up for the thing. 15 innings. Did you see that they did a 14-inning stretch?
No, I did not.
I thought that was great. I thought that was great.
That's funny because, yeah, like, when you think about it, it's like you had 2 games in one, basically.
Yeah, you did.
And I remember I was messaging, our newest associate member, Tim.
Producer Tim?
Send him a voice message saying, could you please win the damn game? Some of us work in the morning.
Yeah, some of us at work. Yeah, that was a pretty heartbreaking.
I worked at 8 a.m. and I was like, I woke up. I was so exhausted. I woke up. It was like 8. It was like 7:15. Like, oh, we gotta get out of bed. Like,
but shout out Scooball. Scooball's phenomenal. Best pitcher in the NL or the AL, in my opinion.
I feel bad for him. He played so like he was like I was like the best performance of any pitcher in a win or go home game
for a losing team.
Yeah, no, just ever like in any circumstance.
Yeah, Cubs and Brewers played tonight. Brewers defeated them 3-1.
Yeah.
The Brewers are known for putting up runs. The fact that the Cubs came back in that series, I think, really bodes well for them. So, I give a lot of credit to Chicago. There's definitely something good going there.
Chicago looked dead in the water. They didn't go back home to Wrigley. They played really well. The cut, this is why home field advantage matters.
Every team won at home in that series. Every game was won at home.
Here's the thing. I think I consider the Cubs my number two. My number two.
Yeah.
I really wanted them to win, but I think the Brewers have the best chance to take down the Dodgers.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the Brewers are like one of those teams where like they can just put up runs so easily. And I know they didn't show it in Game 4 or Game 5, but they can put up runs. There's no doubt about that.
The Brewers and Dodgers met a couple years, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago in the NLCS, and it was one of the best playoff series I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you better see that again.
Yeah, and I really hope this time the Brewers come out on top.
Yeah. Okay. It's time. I'm taking off the Florida Panthers hat. You know, you guys know I always pick a random hat to do this, and we're putting on the Phillies cap for this because, again, as you all know, and I know if Tim was here, he'd be doing his Tigers rant. I got to come in here and do my Phillies rant. So, and LeBlanc's coming up close. He's going to get some popcorn. But here, I don't even know where to start. So, I want to start out with this. The results in Game 4 were certainly something. Are you, lying on the couch, dude?
Yes.
To watch? Are you serious right now? Oh, my God, you were unbelievable. So,
that chair is uncomfortable. It's from, 1960.
Put a pillow on it. Fine, whatever. So, the Game 4 results were definitely devastating. For Orion Kerkering to end the game like that is terrible. He should have thrown it to first and not froze and panic. And if he did, maybe we're talking about a different series here. I don't blame what happened in this series or in that game on Orion Kerkering. Because, yes, maybe he did cost us the game and maybe he did cost us our season. I have been saying this for a while now. You are insane. I have been saying this for a while. You can win with bad pitching and bad umpiring. And there were some questionable calls from the umps in that game and in that series. You can play with bad umpiring and bad pitching. You know what you can't play with and win? Offense. Yeah. Your batters need to hit. And that is the bottom line. You are not going to win when your top of the lineup is going 1 for 11 every game. You aren't going to win. You are not. Simple as that. And there are a lot of people who blame everything on Orion Kerkering. Hell no. Yeah, he had a bad moment. He didn't have that great of a season. He had above a 4 ERA since August. There's no denying that this kid definitely didn't have a great season, didn't have a great performance. And do I agree with pulling Luzardo out and putting him in? But then again, Luzardo was going to be the Game 5 starter. He was going to start in Game 5. It was a mix of poor offense and poor managerial decisions because Rob Thompson made some really stupid decisions throughout a lot of this series. First one was the bunt. Or actually, no. Let's go back further than that. First one was keeping Robertson in. Robertson gets 2 on base. Strom comes in. Hernandez hits a home run. It's 5-3 Dodgers. They lose the game. That was the first mistake there by Thompson. And Robertson doesn't have what he had years ago. He's 40. He's not what he was. Yeah. He's not. And this is coming from somebody who likes Robertson. I like Robertson, and I like the way he played in this season with Philadelphia since he got there. However, he doesn't have what he had, and that was a very poor decision. It was, simply being put. The second one, and this was the one that really irks me out, and it really costed this team the season. This was the point where I saw it in Game 2, and I'm like, that's the season. Castellanos, RBI, gets 3 on. It's 4-3. And all of a sudden, you have You have what? Theoren in on the mound at that point for the Dodgers. Sasaki hadn't come in yet. And you're like, oh, it's the bottom of the ninth. There was one out. You're like, oh my God. Or maybe there was no outs. Whatever.
There was one out.
You're like, oh my God. Like, we have Casty on base. Stott's coming up here. After Stott, it's the top of the rotation. You got a chance here. You got a chance to do this. You have a chance to come back and tie the series up at 1. Really?
My bad.
Really? Not going to make good on the clip. You had the chance to win this. And what does Thompson do? He tells Stott to bunt with Castellanos on base. And Castellanos is slower than a fucking snail. He is slow. And there's really no other way to say it. And I'm really sorry. He is a snail. He is slow. And that's fine. And Castile will get into here later on because I'm going to bring him up. I am going to bring him up. You didn't need to bunt there. You didn't. And as a result, you get Stott on base, and then all of a sudden, Castellanos is out, and that's 1 out right there. Or 2 outs. I don't even know. Who knows? I don't even care. I don't care. Either way, a very poor decision. And I got a text from my father right afterwards, and he said that was the dumbest play in baseball he's seen in his entire life.
Damn.
That costed us the season right there. Because I think, again, even if you don't win that game, like you might not win that game, to lose it like that off of such a poor decision, not only that, you have Theoren on the mound, and then Sasaki came in right afterwards. You had the opportunity right there. It was waiting for you on a silver platter. All you had to do was for Stott to get a single. A fucking single. And they might win that. Maybe not. Maybe not. There's a chance that if maybe like Cassie's slow, he gets the third. He gets the third then. You have 2 on. And you make him bunt. And the reasoning for it was because, we wanted somebody for Bader, for a pinch hitter for Bader. Don't bunt!
Yeah.
Don't fucking bunt then! Nothing. That really frustrated me.
Do you mind if I interject?
Yes, go ahead. On your couch.
I honestly feel like, because I was watching that, I was on my break when I was watching the ninth inning, and I'm like, why the hell are they bunting? Because because I think anyone could know, if you bunt there, they're going to go to third because, like you said, he's slow as a snail. They're not going to go to first. You have, what was it? Not Bader. Was it Stott?
Stott.
Yeah, Stott is up, and Stott's been swinging the bat super well. Super well. So why would you make one of your hitters who's not been cold recently bunt the ball?
Yeah, not only that, again, like when you bunt, Cassie's not like super speed. Again, he's a snail. He's slow. If that was almost anybody else on base, I'd understand. Because he'd probably be able to make it there in time. They're going to throw to third, no matter what. I don't think they would throw to first, even if it wasn't Casty. You would throw to third. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like they would. I don't understand that. Unless if it was 2 outs, then maybe they throw to first. But I don't understand why you would bunt in that situation. Very poor decision in my eyes. I think it was so unbelievably dumb. Game 3 was great. You took advantage of Kershaw, which Kershaw I love, but it's not a good game for him.
He's old. He's washed.
Yeah, not a good game for him. And I love Kershaw. Just want to put that out there. Schwarbert's 2 home runs. He finally showed up. The offense woke up. It's 8-2 win. Now, like, again, as you said in the one episode, I think it was last episode, you said, don't let us get one. And I was thinking that throughout that game. But I was still ready to be disappointed. But you go through that game, and that was one of the most intense games I've ever seen in my entire life in terms of sports. With my favorite team. It was like 9-10 innings of just like a pitching duel between Christopher Sanchez and Glasnow. It was a duel. Absolute just like war between those 2 guys. Now they start transitioning them out. You see that Castellanos gets his RBI. And what makes this even worse is that Nick Castellanos was our best player in this series in terms of offense on a lot of accounts. And that's actually like, it irks me really, really bad.
Cassie's batting in the 6th spot.
Yeah, and a lot of the time he was like benched. He was benched for game 1. If Bader didn't get hurt, I think he probably wouldn't have played at all in the series. So yeah, it's a pitching duel. They go up 1-0 off of a Cassie RBI. Duran comes out at the 7th. What the fuck? Why are you coming out now?
Yeah.
That I didn't understand at all. I was like, what the fuck? They panned to Duran. I'm like, excuse me? It's the 7th.
Yeah.
And Duran goes in there, walks a couple of players, couple base hits. They walk Ohtani, which there were a lot of people who criticized that. That's the smart fucking decision. Because
it's the right move. Yeah.
you had Ohtani on base with 2 runners on. He's missiling that out of there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even trust Duran to make that save.
And there
was a better chance of walking him than the other guy getting a hit.
When you walk Ohtani, you load the bases. Ohtani's also a speed threat. He can steal those bases, so you eliminate that factor in there too.
Yeah, exactly. You go in there, you walk him, it's tied 1-1. They bring Strom in afterwards. You could have put Strom in the fucking 7th.
Mm-hmm.
That really broke my brain. Like, that really made me not understand anything at all. I'm like, why? You could have put Strom in for the 7th, and then 7th and the 8th, and then had Duran come in for the 9th.
It may have been a righty.
And it could have been 1-0 Phillies. The game could have been very different. Very different. And again, it could have been different from another perspective too. Because again, maybe Strom, because is he left-handed? I don't know. Maybe there's a different thing with that and Ohtani and all that. I get that. But you didn't need to put in Duran early regardless. You have other options. You do. You have other options you could have went with. So I didn't understand that. Again, after that, you're still battling in a pitching duel. Jesus Luzardo comes in for the 10th. I saw that. I was like, oh, wow, they're really going all in here. He was not supposed to play. So Luzardo comes in. He plays well. They bring on Kerkering, and Kerkering does his big mistake. He freezes. Okay. It sucks. It happens. It happens a lot. Players make mistakes. These people are human. I'm not really mad about it. Anybody sending death threats to Ryan Kerkering, you're fucking unhinged. Like, that is, you are messed up. You are not in the right headspace. You need to get help. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You need to get help.
Would you be offended if I said that's just Philly?
That is just Philly. Like, I'm not offended. But like, if you are really sending him death threats and maybe like clowning him on social media is one thing. Like, go ahead. Like, fuck. I'll clown plenty of people on social media. But if you're going in there and you're like, oh, kill yourself, like, go get some help. Seriously.
Yeah, like, I never understood the I get it, like, we're all upset. But like, to like, one guy made a mistake. Like, you haven't made a mistake before?
Yeah, that wasn't it. That wasn't it at all. So there you go. Okay. So moving on from that loss, the notable free agents for Philly: Schwarber, Realmuto, Suarez, Kepler, Robertson, Romano, Alvarado is a club option, and then Bader, who's a mutual option. I've never understood those. Do you know what those like mean? Club and mutual options?
For so a club option is like a team option.
Okay.
So they decide whether they want to keep the contract or not. A mutual option is when both of them have an option. So it means they both have to agree.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. I feel like I understood it, but I'm new to this as well, by the way. I'm not exactly new in the baseball terms. So Schwarber, I'm going to be blunt with you. Like, I don't really want him back. Like, I hate to say it. I don't really want him back. MVP my fucking ass. You go in there, you score 56 home runs during the regular season. You go, like, he was in an insane slump beforehand. And I don't want him back. I feel like it doesn't really work. Realmuto, I feel like we should bring back. Realmuto, we should. I think that he's a great catcher, big player to this team. Rangers Suarez is interesting because the Phillies and their pitching situation is intriguing. You have Wheeler, Sanchez, Luzardo. Nola has a no-trade clause, so he'll stay. And then they want Painter up there next year. They want Andrew Painter up there next year. In my opinion, he's the top prospect for Philadelphia. I don't really know if he's ready. That's my opinion. What does that leave for Ranger? That could be a really good 6-man rotation, but you really do 6 men. Could be interesting. Kepler, I don't really know. Whatever. He wasn't that great last year. Whatever. Robertson, probably not. Romano, get the fuck out of here. I hate that guy. Alvarado, I can't really see a world where that happens, where he comes back, and then, yes, you should bring back Bader. But I did want to go into a rant here about the Philadelphia Phillies. Very frustrating. It really does feel like it is the end of an era for this core. And I posted a TikTok on my personal account saying that maturing is realizing they will never get back to that World Series moment with this core unless there was real changes. So there you go. That's my Phillies rant.
It sucks because, the Philly, for me, I've always liked the Phillies. But like these past 3 years were like the years to get there.
Yeah.
Then they got there, they just didn't finish the job. And every year it's been like a regress.
Hurts. It really hurts.
I think Schwarber, they keep him, and I really do. I think Realmuto's gone.
That's what probably happens. But what I really want is I honestly really don't know if I want Schwarber back. Like, if he comes back, I'm not going to be like, oh, my God, no. But, like, MVP my fucking ass.
MVP show up when the like the brightest. And
I will say this. I didn't bring this up either. What really stings about this is that we played toe-to-toe with the Dodgers in almost every single other aspect. We held those guys to fuck all. The games were close, except for Game 3. We blew them out of the water. If we even get a little bit more offense in those games, we fucking win them all. We might sweep them. And again, that's like what-if situations and stuff. But like, if we get more offense, we probably win that in 4. Or we win that game in 5. Like, anyway, I can't talk about them anymore. I can't do it. I got my rant out. I said my piece. There you go. I can't do it anymore. Was there anything in college football you wanted to discuss?
It was a big day for upsets. It was a huge day for upsets.
You have any upsets you want to discuss?
So let's get these rankings up real quick. So, Indiana, number 7 Indiana, waltzes into the 3rd best team in the country and the number 1 in our power rankings, Oregon, and they beat them by 10.
Yeah, that was a big
on
surprise.
The road. The rankings for us are going to change drastically.
Yeah, it's going to be a big ranking.
To go into Austin, which Oregon is, it's a very hostile environment. It's a very tough place to play. And to win by 10, that's a statement win for Indiana. Indiana is not a historically good football program, but they're starting to become a powerhouse. Ole Miss had a scare today. They almost lost to unranked Washington State. Texas in the Red rivalry, Texas-Oklahoma. Texas takes it to number 6 Oklahoma, 23-6 in Dallas.
Yeah, big shocker.
Bama beats Missouri. That was a very good game. Other than that, Georgia beats Auburn. That was expected.
Penn State lost again.
That's one of the things where Penn State lose Drew Hour for the year now. James Franklin might get fired.
He was booed off the field.
Like,
I have it like right in front of me.
Losing to Oregon in overtime. Sure. At home. Sure.
It's Oregon. Like, that was fine with me, but losing to
Northwestern. I don't know if you know.
Losing to the unranked UCLA and then Northwestern,
in the span of 2 weeks, like, first of all, here's the thing. UCLA, that's a different whole full story. UCLA is just bad, and you will let them whoop you. Northwestern, Penn State was a 22-point favorite. Do you know what school Northwestern is?
I don't actually.
They pride themselves on their academics. It's Midwestern nerds. I just want to put this. That's how Tim describes it. I'm gonna.
Okay. Okay.
So it's just you got whooped by a non-football school.
I mean, they didn't get whooped, wasn't it? Like
1.
22 to
But
21.
still, you are Penn State. We
you
are
lost.
Penn State. You need to. You're a football school. Act like a football school. You're a blue blood, and you. I don't know. You can't be letting teams like Northwestern come in to Beaver Stadium and win. I think that's more embarrassing than the UCLA loss because UCLA on the road trap game, sure. This one you're at home. You shouldn't lose any games at home.
Should have been booed. He was booed off the field, and rightfully so.
Yeah. Michigan got whooped.
By USG.
By USC. Yeah.
USC.
It was. That one was ugly. Other than that, though, and then unranked Utah is taking it to Arizona, number 21 Arizona State, 28-3 right now. That one's still in the third quarter, but I feel like that's a big deficit to overcome. So I feel like that will be going final. And unranked Arizona is about to beat BYU. Never mind, BYU just tied the game.
There you go. LeBlanc, I got a question for you. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark, so let's start wrapping up here. But I do have a question for you to wrap up. What's going on with the Eagles? A loss to the Giants followed after a loss to the Broncos. What is your evaluation on the Eagles right now?
So the Broncos game, they just took their foot off the gas. I'm going to be very frank there. Took the foot off the gas.
I agree.
They thought they had in the bag, and no lead is safe.
No lead is safe. I agree.
And I'm going to say this. The Giants game, I think divisional games in the NFL on the road are the biggest trap games ever. Because you can look at Atlanta and Carolina this year. Atlanta went to Carolina and they didn't put up any points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always find the divisional games are trap games, especially on the road. So I'll give the Eagles a pass for this one. They got to get it together, though. You can't lose 3 in a row. Eagles are still a good team, but they need to reestablish the run. I feel like they're not running the ball enough now because the criticism is that Hurts doesn't throw the ball. And he's starting to throw the ball now, but when you run the ball, you trim the clock down. So
yeah,
you need to,
I have concerns with their offensive play for sure.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, one more for you, and then we'll wrap up. Panthers versus Cowboys. Cowboys 2-2-1. Panthers 2-3. 1 p.m. start time here on the East Coast. LeBlanc, what is your pick?
I'm gonna pick the Cowboys, but I think I want the Panthers to win. Obviously.
There you go. Okay. Well, that'll conclude this episode of the Northern Block Podcast. Once again, another nearly 2-hour episode. This is starting to become a regular thing. Stop it. LeBlanc, any final thoughts?
I hope my parlay hits.
Fair enough.
It didn't hit. No, Edmonton scored. Oh, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, the Oilers just scored an empty net goal. Well, on Friday, you guys will be seeing a new tier list drop on the YouTube channel. It will be about every team's number 1 prospect. So me and LeBlanc are going to come up with a list of the number 1 prospects of teams in the NHL. We're going to tier rank them, and it should be a fun extra piece of content for you. Also, LeBlanc, what is currently in the works right now for an episode or for a clip, show, whatever? Not this week, but probably the following week. Jeopardy. NHL Jeopardy. Me and producer Tim will be facing off in a Jeopardy match. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to do them more often. If they do pretty well, we'll do them more than often. But some of the content here you're going to see here on the Nordcast Network. So be sure to stay tuned. There are some more announcements coming soon as well, but that's more on my end than LeBlanc's end. Anyway, that'll do it for this episode of the Northern Block Podcast. Thank you all for watching. We will see you in the next episode.
I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Man, I just do what I do. To know about you, I just do what I do. Check. That's the intro. See that? Let me flip this script. I feel privileged for all who can witness this. I am close to divine. Know the moment is mine, need no omen or sign. Providing a back sound to all the squares that ask around. We getting it, my skills pay me. Trying to get a million, baby, with an adopted flow that God gave me. Tell whoever runners that they spot is temporary till I take it, it's mine. I'm selfish, your will. Tell Miss I'm on my wealth tip. So when we cash out soon, I'm just investing. Hey, no yes men. I've been a legend since before mom and dad had me and was best friends. I chew through comp, don't test them. I chew on tracks, cause after that I bless them. I just